Hello again, everyone. This is Chris Sciria, that's Robert Harding, and welcome to Week 16, hard to believe it's Week 16, of the Citizens Punt, Pass, and Chat podcast, Pick 6 video.
Boom. 16 to 16.
I'm going to miss this.
He's as efficient as Peyton Manning, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. I think Ryan Tannehill, man, is a better comparison right now.
Boy.
I dare you to find a quarterback
Here we go.
who's had a better 3 weeks, month of December, than Mr. Tannehill. Maybe Mr. Manning, but I think Ryan Tannehill's had a pretty good December.
I could think of 31.
And conversely, the Dolphins have won 3 games in a row in December. But anyways, I digress. So, you know the routine. 6 games, we pick them. It's a little competition. It's all for fun.
What's the lead now for you? 5,
I don't
6?
know. I had a horrible week. I think I was 1-5 last week. It was my worst week. I might have went 0-6. I think I might have went 0-6 maybe. I got to check it out. You know, but this shows you we just do this for fun though. It's purely recreational purposes only. Anyways, let's get right to it. Week 16, the second from last week of the regular season. These games are important. And it's do or die for some of these teams. So these are going to be some good games to pick. Our first game, Indianapolis Colts, Kansas City Chiefs. Both teams are in the playoffs, so it's not do or die for them. Really, this is kind of like for playoff seeding, maybe a little bit. But it is a matchup of 2 playoff teams. So, I mean, it is, on paper, a good game to watch. Games at Arrowhead, Kansas City, I think they need this. They still have an outside shot at the division. But realistically, I think they want to hold on. If they win this game, they clinch the 5th seed in the AFC. So I like Kansas City. They had that little slump where they lost 3 in a row. They've gotten off that. They've won the last 2. And I just like the way they're playing. I think they got their confidence back, and I like Kansas City.
I'm taking the Chiefs too. This is a good late season matchup. 2 non-division opponents facing each other. Good game though. It should be good. But after what Jamal Charles did
Yes.
last week, impressive performance. If he can keep playing like that, sky's the limit for the Chiefs. But I'm going to take him. Close game, I think, but I'll take him at home.
Okay. Our next game, this is a big game. Saints at the Panthers. And
Both 10-4.
both are 10-4. This could determine the division. The Saints clobbered the Panthers a couple weeks back in New Orleans. But the Saints, they don't play well on the road, and as a result, they're tied now. So, I'll tell you, the Saints, you just think they're going to find a way to win this game. But I'll tell you, it's in Carolina. I think the fans are going to be really rabid for this game. I think the Panthers getting a chance to see what the Saints were all about a couple weeks ago, a little familiar now. It's a division game. Call me crazy. I like the Panthers in this game. I'm going with Carolina.
I'm going to ride the Carolina wave as well. The Saints, and the reason is after watching the Saints lose to the Rams on the road.
Disgusting.
And
no excuse.
This team, the Saints, in the Superdome, it's right up there with Seattle.
Right.
It's a team when
you can't beat them.
They're playing at home, you can't beat them.
Yeah.
But you put them on the road, and something changes. It's like flipping a switch with this team. Drew Brees isn't as good. I saw a statistic today that on the road he's thrown 11 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. While at home he's lights out. I mean, so many more touchdowns to interceptions, a much better ratio. So I think the Panthers, home game, like you said, the crowd. That they've got a great defense. Cam Newton's playing like a top 5, 10 quarterback in this league. I'm taking the Panthers at home.
I'll tell you another factor you might want to consider is the Saints, I believe, cut their kicker this week. And they've made some other changes too. I don't want to say it reeks of desperation, but Sean Payton's trying to motivate his team, and I think maybe being like this may actually have the opposite effect. I think maybe cutting people and doing things might actually create a state of, I don't want to say panic, but just, a desperation where maybe, they don't play that well. They get a little tight. So. Yeah. Our next game is, well, for us, it's the game of the week. We're not wearing the jerseys, although I brought mine. I was going to wear it, Brian Hartline, but maybe it's a good thing we don't because the last time I wore it, they lost. So maybe it's a good omen I did not wear the Brian Hartline jersey. Oh, I'm very superstitious.
They don't call him superstitious.
I am
for nothing.
I'm just as superstitious as they come. So, Dolphins, Bills. The Bills are eliminated. They're playing for pride.
What was that?
They're gone. They're done.
Bills.
They're 14. By the way, folks, Saturday's paper will have a special story about the Bills' futility. Is this franchise cursed? That is the theme of this story. Are the Bills a cursed franchise because they have not made the playoffs in 14 seasons? Please pick up Saturday Citizen on Saturday morning for the story about it. But anyways, Miami, here we go. They got to win. They could actually lose this game and be eliminated. There's an outside shot. If the Bengals and the Ravens win and the Dolphins lose, according to Armando Salguero, the Miami Herald, the Dolphins could be eliminated entirely. I think there's a little more to it than that. But anyways, if they win, I want to think they got a pretty good chance of making the playoffs. So this is a huge game. We've talked about the weather. It's supposed to be about 40 degrees, rain. I think that could have an effect. It's not going to be that cold, but that rain could have an effect. Wind could be an effect too. I want to think Miami beat themselves the first time they played the Bills. There was an interception return for a touchdown, and then Tannehill was sacked, fumbled by Mario Williams, got the ball, and they had a short field to kick the game-winning field goal. I want to think Miami's learned their lessons from this game. They're going to play smarter. Obviously, they respect the Bills. Thad Lewis is the quarterback again. E.J. Manuel's out. Stevie Johnson is out because of the loss of his mother, and we offer our condolences to him and his family. And I believe the starting safety for the Bills is out too. So all of these things are just, the stars are aligning for the Dolphins. Everything's just, it's just like it's destiny. But, you know, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I can't just see it that way. Yes, I'm picking Miami to win this game. They're on a roll. They got confidence. Dare I say swagger? No, I'm not going to say swagger. They don't have swagger. They got confidence. There's a difference. Okay? And I think they're going to run the ball. And I think they're going to, if Tannehill does throw, they're going to put him in positions where he's low amounts of sacks, and I think that's going to help out short passing game. I like Miami in this game. I'll say Miami wins at 2017.
This is going to be painful to watch on Monday, isn't it? You looking back and saying, superstition, I jinxed them, I picked them to win. I'm picking the Dolphins too.
Wow! Whoa! Holy cow!
Shocker.
I am shocked.
Well, you know, to me, it comes down to Bills don't have their starting quarterback.
Right.
They don't have their starting strong safety, which matters. Aaron Williams has been one of their more dependable DBs this year.
They do have Mario Williams.
They do have, the defensive line's all there, and they could wreak havoc on the Dolphins.
Who leads the NFL in sacks right now?
The Buffalo Bills.
Who's giving up the most sacks in the NFL?
The Miami Dolphins.
And you're picking against them. Okay, hey, go for it.
Well,
I know what you're doing. You're picking against them because if you pick, you're doing what I do usually. Because when I pick against Miami, it means I want them to win. So if I pick against them, it means they're going to win.
I am not superstitious.
And I picked against them the last 2 games, and they've won both of them.
Hey,
so
I can taste the hot
think that's why you're doing it. Yeah, there's a Tim Hortons hot chocolate on the line here. So my hunch is you're doing this because being me superstitious, you're picking the Dolphins because you know the Bills will win, and then you get the best of both worlds.
I'm not going to get into my methods.
There we go. All right. Hey, I'll tell you, folks, isn't it great this stuff is free? Some people charge you to watch entertainment like this. We give it to you for free. This is awesome. All right, our next game, Cardinals at the Seahawks. The game's in Seattle. Enough said, Seattle.
Wow.
Well, we got to shorten it up after the wonky diatribe.
Oh, come on. This game deserves more attention than that.
Go ahead, give it.
The Cardinals are in the hunt.
Yes, they are.
Obviously, they're in a tough division because you have the Seahawks at the top,
right.
But then you also have the 49ers.
Right.
But the Cardinals still are in the playoff hunt.
Right.
This is a big game for them.
Right.
I'm not going to pick them to win,
right.
But I think that it'll be closer than how the 49ers performed up there. The Cardinals have been a very, they're an overachieving team this year.
I don't know off the top of my head what the point spread is. I'm sure it's at least a touchdown. I guarantee you Seattle will cover that point spread. I think Seattle will win by double digits easily this game. It's their year. It's their year. This is the year of the Seahawks.
Is the gut back?
My buddy Vince Vincenzo from Staten Island, who I went to college with at SUNY Albany, big Seahawks fan, even back in the 80s. I'm going to tell him about it. He's going to watch this video. I'm telling you. It's his year. He's going to celebrate for the first time in his life a Super Bowl title. I'm saying it right now. Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. But meanwhile, they're going to beat the Cardinals first. All right, next game. Patriots at Ravens. Huge game. Patriots, they win the AFC East. Basically, they're going to be in for a first round bye. They're looking great. The Ravens have to win to stay alive. They lose, and if Miami wins, they're basically done. They're a game back with 1 left, and they have to play the Bengals in the last game of the season. So unless Cincinnati clinches something and they have nothing to play for, this is really do or die for the Ravens. It's on their home field, And I really think that means something for the Ravens. I just think they're such a good home team. The Patriots banged up. We saw last week that Brady's magic does run out occasionally. And I like Baltimore in this game. And it's going to, of course, it hurts Miami if Baltimore wins.
I like New England.
No, I would love to see New England win this game to help Miami out. But I like the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to win this game.
Yeah, the Ravens are at home. They've been playing better lately in the second half of the season. They got off and it was like a Super Bowl hangover a little bit. Being the champs,
Right.
They struggled early on, but they've started to pick it up. That win last week in Detroit was big. Now they return home playing New England, and I don't see the Ravens losing this one.
Yep.
I'll take them at home.
All right. Our last game, the Sunday night game, Bears and Eagles.
Go
Great.
Bears.
Yes, Ditka. You think that, like Aaron Rodgers, he keeps getting that double check on his shoulder every week now? You know what I mean? To make sure he's able to play or not. Every time I see, like, hey, how's your shoulder doing? Like, I just want to hear him say, like, yeah, they gave it the double check, to see if I can play. But anyways. Back to the Bears. I know. Well, you watch a lot of television. You don't have much of a life. That's what happens. So, Bears-Eagles. Here we go, folks. Great game. The Bears, I like their defense in this game. I really, really do. But you know something? The Eagles have a heck of an offense. They played a stinker against the Vikings on the road last week.
To say the least.
And you know something? They know there's not much room for error with the Cowboys breathing down their necks. They got over there in a must-win situation. They're playing at home. I'm telling you, home field means a lot this time of year. That's why I keep harping on it. I like the Eagles in this game. I think Nick Foles responds from his last bad game. I really like the Eagles.
Eagles are good. Nick Foles, a good presence for them at quarterback.
But
I'm taking the Bears.
there you go. That's fine. I don't blame you. I thought about it.
This is going to be a good game.
It is. I think it's going to be really. And I think you might see a little more offense than you might think in this game.
Yeah.
I think this could be a 35-31 game. Really.
Yeah.
Supposedly the weather's supposed to be decent and everything, and so we'll see what happens. But like I said, I like the Eagles. You like the Bears. So that's it, folks. That's week 16. We'll be back next week for the last week of the regular season. I believe we're going to continue this into the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. I got to make up ground.
Yes, Robert is still alive, unlike his Bills, that they're done for the season. But, I'm not trying to bury them. They did it to themselves.
The Bills.
I know. I'm telling you, I got a bad feeling about Sunday for the Dolphins. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong, but I just got a bad feeling, folks.
The gut's got a bad feeling.
Yeah, the gut's really full from the Christmas party food, too. So maybe time to end this bad boy.
All right.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.